we are ready to start our coil pots. Now on one end you need to have a piece of tape, I call this a flag, and you need to put your name and your class on there so we know whose is whose. Then on the other end we are going to tie our yarn. Now for the yarn you need to go over and get 2 arms length of one color. Arms length would be like your wingspan, your arm span, holding your arms straight out. You need to do that twice to get the correct length. Once you have that, you're going to take the end, and on the end without the flag, you are going to tie it around where the tape is at the bottom of the coil. So you're going to take it, you have one short shoelace, one long shoelace. It's like you're tying your shoe, the beginning of your shoe, where you cross it and you bring this short end through the hole, and then you pull, let go, pull tight. And you're going to do that twice to make it a knot. Overlap and pull both ends. I'm going to scoot mine down a little bit towards the end. Then this is what I call the tail. You can leave the tail there for right now. What you want to do is you're going to take this extra yarn, you're going to wrap it up, and you want to wrap it up about the length of your pinky. So I'm going to take and I'm going to hold the tail against the coil, and I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap a couple times to get rid of the tape. Then I'm going to come down here and I want to put them side by side, taking my time, and I want to keep wrapping up. My goal is to have no white showing. This shouldn't be done really fast. And then I'm going to see if it's as long as my pinky. Not quite as long as my pinky, so I'm going to keep going. Check again. That is pretty good. Once I have this, then what you need to do is you're going to take and you're going to bend this. We need to start the bottom of the coil, bend it so you have a U shape. Now if I let go, it's going to spring back into a straight line. So we want to get this secure, so we take this yarn, we wrap around both of these 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I get that done, then I'm going to start wrapping around the individual coil here. This time 25 times. We just did 5. We're going to do 25. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going until you get to 25. And then once you get to 25, stop and I will tell you the next step. Okay, we have the beginnings of our coil pot, and we've wrapped the yarn around 25 times. Now the next step is to take the end of the yarn and to take your needle and to put the yarn through the needle. Then you need to tie a knot so it doesn't come off all the time. So just like you're tying your shoes, you cross them, put the end through and pull tight on both ends. Do that twice. You don't have to pull super tight, just so it doesn't come undone. Once we have that done, then what we're going to do is take this, and we need to start making this look like a swirl. Right now it looks kind of like a candy cane. You're going to take and you're going to roll it around until wherever you ended with the black hits the center. Now wherever you ended, you always go down 1 extra coil to make these 2 attach. Otherwise, if I let go, this is going to go springing back to the line. So you're going to take this and go down 1 coil, which right now is directly in the center, and you put your needle in and you pull it through. This you're going to do 3 times. The middle ones are a little bit hard to do. I had to pull pretty hard. And sometimes the other coil gets in the way. And you want to pull tight. This is still loose. You want to pull tight so it starts to stay. Then I want to wrap the yarn around, take my needle, go through the exact same place. We're doing this 3 times. We've done once. This will be twice. Now, this other coil keeps getting in the way. Sorry about that. And then pull. Now, if you notice, my yarn is at the bottom. I do not want it on the bottom. I want it at the top here where I ended. This is where the yarn's misbehaving. You need to put it in the correct place and pull it nice and tight to start to get that swirl. So we've done 2 times. Third time, poke it on through the exact same place and pull. Let's see if the yarn behaves. The yarn is not behaving. Pull it over like this and pull nice and tight. That was our 3. From now on, the numbers we're going to need to remember are 3 and 15. We did 3. The 3 attaches 2 coils together. And now we're going to do the 15. We're trying to keep them side by side. We have 15. We're going to take and we're going to roll it up, and wherever the black yarn ended, or whatever color you have, right here, we go down 1 coil. Right now that's still in the center. That will change. And we put it through and we pull tight. Is the yarn behaving? No, not really. We need to move it over here. 1, 2, pull it the correct spot, and 3. Once I have my 3 done, then I go back and do another 15 around the individual coil, and you keep going, and then after a while it will start to look like this. You can tell the 3s right here, they stayed nicely together. This is a really well done one. The 3 stay together. There's very little white spots you see. The center ends up looking a little messy, but it gets better the further out you get. So keep going. 15, 3, 15, 3. When you get done with one color, you just keep wrapping until you don't have any left. Then you're going to get another color. Again, get your wingspan or your arm's length, so a big long piece of yarn, and then you could tie it together like this, but I find it better to let this orange guy hang out and do what we did in the beginning, where you take and you put the yarn around, and you have 1 short shoelace and 1 long shoelace, and we're going to pretend like we're tying our shoes, where you cross it and then you put the short shoelace through the hole, then you pull both ends nice and tight, and you let the orange just hang in there, and it goes over, and we'll get rid of it later. And we do that again to make it a knot. Then if this orange ends up a little bit too long, it's okay to have a little bit of a tail, but too long of a tail, we can just cut it off. Then we are ready to start wrapping again. Now, if you look and see before, I have wrapped it around 10 times. So we have to get to 15, so we have to take 15 minus 10. So we have to wrap around 5 more times. So I can hold these tails down, and then I can wrap it around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to push those down so we don't have any white spots. Now, for most of you, you have a little blue dash that I made a couple weeks ago on your project. Keep doing your basket the same way, the 15 and 3, until you get to that little dash. Once you get to that dash, bring it up to me. I'm going to take my scissors, and on the end, I'm going to cut the end at a slant. Then I want you just to keep going the same way until you get to where that cut starts, and then I'll show you what to do. When you get to the cut edge, no matter where you are, I've done my 3 and then I actually started 3 more around the individual coil. Those don't matter. Once I get to the cut edge, all those 15 and 3, that rule is done. Now what we're going to do, we need to secure this end to the other coil so it becomes one pot. So you're going to take, and from now on, you're going to go down 1 coil for the rest of the project. It doesn't matter, it'll be more than 3. So go down 1, 2, 3, probably about 10 times. And your goal is to cover the rest of the coil. And this will help secure the pot. If I have white spots, I'm going to try to get rid of those the best I can. I need to manipulate the yarn a little bit. We're getting close. We just have a little bit of white here on the end. Keep going. Probably 2 more. Make sure it stays. Yeah, I think 1 more will do it. Then when you get, this is officially done. Now we just need to take care of our extra yarn. So you can do 2 different things. Turn it to the inside, and we could tie a knot in here if we wanted to. That is difficult to do. So one thing I do is I take a glue bottle and I put some glue right on the end there, and that'll secure it. So I can just cut it off right on the end and take and put a drop of glue or a couple drops of glue right there and be finished. When you are done, you need to take and flip it over and get a piece of masking tape and put your name and your class on there. Stick that on the back of your basket, and then you will be done.